Something tells me that this is not what it is meant to look like. Hi there friends, and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be doing something very exciting. I am baking my first ever sourdough loaf, or at least that's the plan. I have been wanting to make sourdough for the longest time, and I finally bit the bullet and created a starter after seeing what looked like a pretty easy recipe just on Instagram, which I will link down below in the description because it has proven to be quite fruitful. This is my starter. I haven't fed her in about 24 hours, but she has more than doubled. So that is very exciting. I think she's on day 11 or 12 at the moment. She's bubbling and she's smelling really good. So I'm very, very excited to begin. For the sourdough loaf recipe itself, I am using a recipe from a little ebook that I recently bought. It's by a brand called Farm and Folk, which I will also link down below. The owner of the store, her name is Jasmine Dennis, and I've been following her on social media for a really long time, and her sourdough loaves always look so beautiful and they turn out so lovely. So fingers crossed we get a similar sort of result. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is feed my starter. It is about 11 AM here at the moment, but it's quite a warm day here, so I don't think she will have any issues rising in the next 4 to 5 hours. I'm going to grab out my kitchen scales and a new jar because it's time to replace it from the old one, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the recipe that I'm using for the loaf calls for about 100 grams of starter, so I'm going to be using the ratio 1:1:1, and we want some starter left over, so we need probably 150 grams by the end of it. So 50 grams, 50 grams, 50 grams should work out well. I tell you, the amount of maths that I've had to do in the last few days I haven't done since high school, and that was I think like 8 years ago now, so we're really pushing my memory. So we've got our organic all-purpose flour, some filtered water, and of course my starter at the moment. She is looking beautiful. Oh my gosh, can you see that? She's very holy and airy, which I think is exactly what we want. So this is what we are looking like at the moment. It's kind of like a thick cake batter consistency, which I'm pretty sure from watching multiple other videos means that we are on the right track. We're just gonna grab a fresh clean lid, and I'm just gonna place her on the top like that. We've put a hair tie around her. I'm going to place her in a warm, well-lit spot in our kitchen, and we'll come and check on her in a few hours. Now, I have received some very exciting deliveries in terms of the equipment that I'm going to need for sourdough, so I thought that we would unbox them together. The first one is this cast iron Dutch oven, which I am so excited about. I had been researching Dutch ovens for a long time, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to get a round one or an oval one, but I decided on the oval, and I've heard really good things about this brand, so my fingers are crossed that it works for me too. Wow, look at that. Do you want to have a look? Sniff, sniff. All right, here she is. I think that she will be the perfect size for a good loaf. And then this is the lid. It's by Brunswick Bakers. This isn't sponsored at all. I did buy this stuff myself, but I'll link it down below just in case you are looking to start your sourdough journey as well. Now, the other package that I bought is this one, which is also from Farm and Folk, the brand of the recipe that I'm using. They have some absolutely gorgeous sourdough making tools, so I thought that I would shop on there. I will leave a link for this down below as well. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is this? Wow. So we have a stunning Danish whisk, a beautiful bread lame. How gorgeous is that? And then this stunning bench scraper as well. Oh, I'm so excited about this. And honestly, having these beautiful tools, I feel, just makes the entire experience feel so much more special and exciting for me. Not that you need incredibly beautiful or expensive tools to begin your sourdough sourdough journey, but the owner of the store actually put it a certain way, and I'll try and find the screenshot of the words that she posted, but I just thought that they ring so true. It's a little bit later and I've just come out to the shops. I have a few things that I need to stock up on in order to be able to bake my sourdough. For example, we actually don't have any rice flour, which I know you need to top the bread with before you score it, because regular flour burns. I learnt that from my friend. So I've just come out to our favorite organic shop and I'm gonna buy some rice flour. I need to stock up on our all-purpose as well so I can continue to feed my starter, and also just a few other little homey things that we've run out of. It's been quite a few hours now. It is 7:25 p.m. at night and I already know that I am starting this process too late and that I am very likely going to be having a late night tonight, but that's okay. Our sourdough has almost doubled, so I'm just gonna use her and hope for the best. I have my mixing bowl here and my kitchen scales, and I'm gonna start off by adding my water and my starter to the bowl, and then after that we'll do our flour, and then I think it has to sit for about an hour to an hour and a half. I'm a little bit nervous, that's for sure. Let's see whether or not this is a massive fail or whether or not we are successful. Good morning, friends. It is the next day and this is what our dough is looking like so far. She kind of looks a little bit wet to me at the moment, and I was looking at some of the beginner sourdough groups that I'm in on Facebook. They often say that when it's wet like this you can add a little bit more flour. So I'm not sure what I'm going to try and do. I think I might attempt to shape the dough, but if it doesn't stay in a ball I'll add a little bit more flour. I left her to ferment overnight and she does have a few bubbles on top, which I'm happy about. So I think today is cooking day, but we'll just see how we go. She's way too wet. Something tells me that this is not what it is meant to look like. Oh my gosh.
We can work our way through it, okay? You got it.
Yeah.
It's your first time.
I know.
This looks fine.
It's holding its shape a bit more. That is definitely looking like it has a lot more structure than what it did before. So I think this sort of thing is pretty much what we're looking for. I have just spent probably 20 minutes troubleshooting my dough and I'm still just praying that it works out. I added a little bit more flour as well as per people's recommendations online. And at the moment this is what we're looking like, which I'm much happier with that. Now that she's holding a little bit more structure, she's very much more in a bit of a ball shape. Okay, it's been probably about an hour since we turned the oven on. The cast iron Dutch oven has been preheating in there for about 30 minutes and I'm going to do the final shaping and scoring of our dough, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. I feel like this is not going to work. I think I added too much flour trying to make it not sticky, and so now I'm concerned that the loaf will be dense. Oh my gosh, everyone starts somewhere.
1. Is this the score?
I'm so nervous. I've never
Oh, that's ugly. Just kidding. I think that pattern's really nice. Just do that all over the top. There you go. Alright, watch out, open.
Wow.
So proud of you.
Thank you. Oh no.
It gets louder the higher. Anyone for some brick?
We do not have a lot of hope for this loaf.
I'd say I'll get the bread knife and I'm probably going to need to go out the back and get the whippersnapper or something.
It's actually been a few hours now since we took her out of the oven and she's still warm because it is 40 degrees Celsius here today. Oh, I'm so nervous.
What are our predictions?
I think it's going to be...
No, it's going to be dense.
So dense.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's going to be crummy. Like, I think we'll cut into it and it'll look like
an overcooked
raw,
pancake.
like raw bread. Let's do this. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If that isn't humbling, I don't know what is. Okay, it's been a few hours and I've just gone and done quite a lot of research as to what potentially could have gone wrong, which I'll dive into in a second. But look at this slice that I cut. I have never seen such dense bread in my entire life. I wouldn't even class that as edible. I don't even think I'm gonna try it. I think I'm just gonna throw it straight in the bin. I've fed both of my starters. I think they may have been hungry because the whole ratio thing, I think I was leaving too much starter in there and not actually adding enough flour and water every day or every feed. I am feeding them a little bit more frequently, hoping that they bubble and double a little bit more, because I think that may have been one of the issues, is an underdeveloped starter. So I am trying to fix that. Another thing that I keep seeing everywhere, when your dough looks like how mine did after bulk fermenting, like it was super sticky and runny and almost watery like a puddle, apparently that means that it is overproofed. So I do tend to think that that was probably majority of the issue. From the time I started preparing the dough last night at 7 p.m. to when I actually cooked it today at around midday, it had been sitting out, and I actually didn't follow the recipe. The recipe said to put it in the fridge to cold ferment overnight, but I didn't put it in the fridge, and it's been 40 degrees Celsius here today, which I believe is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was really warm all night. So I think that probably sped up the fermentation process, and that's why I had overproofed dough. I posted a reel of me cutting into the loaf and it was just so funny. I'm so glad that I captured it, but I've gotten so many messages from people saying that they got a good laugh out of it as well, so I'm glad about that. Despite how bad the loaf turned out, I actually really enjoyed the process of making it and putting it all together, so I am excited to try again. Practice makes progress, and I think the more I do it, the better it will become. So I might attempt another loaf in the next few days, but as for this video, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and honestly got a good laugh out of this as well, because it was so funny. I had tears streaming down my face from laughing so hard for almost the entire day. So I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.